First at 4, the state of Michigan sees another uptick in new coronavirus cases. We're breaking down the latest numbers from the state. Plus, President Biden addresses the nation as the chaos in Afghanistan continues. The pledge he's making the Americans and allies still in the country. Paula.
Parents organizing in one district say they're putting pressure on decision makers to mandate masks in schools. And the conversation gets heated when parents who don't want mask mandates show up.
Then put on a mask until we can get vaccinated. Science does that. That does not exist.
It is pitting neighbor against neighbor, and we are there as it unfolds.
And it is still steaming out there, a very sultry Friday. What about the weekend? Well, we have some things to talk about. We'll have that forecast straight ahead.
Live from downtown Detroit, home of WDIV and Click on Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Karen Drew. First at 4, Michigan sees another surge in new coronavirus cases. The state reports nearly 4,200 new cases in the last 2 days. That's an average of about 2,100 cases per day. Today's numbers are almost double from Wednesday's case numbers when 2,690 cases were reported over 2 days. We've lost 37 Michiganders in the last 48 hours to the virus. The state's vaccination rate is at 65%. In other coronavirus headlines, the U.S. is extending its border closure another month. The ban on non-essential travel from Canada and Mexico will now go until September 21st. As the start of school creeps ever closer, we've been watching school board meetings get increasingly angry and in some cases violent. A group of parents in Macomb County say they believe their leaders are making the situation worse to the angry, organized voices of anti-mask parents and have decided to get organized themselves. Paula Tutman, live in Romeo, where a meeting with these parents got pretty heated. Paula, what happened?
Yeah, hi, Karen. So, first of all, this park is, I guess you could say it's in the middle of town for the small town of Romeo. It's right there in the center, but you know what? As far as this opinion in terms of masking in schools, there's very little center. The sides are very, very far apart, and we really watched this in real time when we came here to talk to one set of parents.
So now it's discrimination against my child.
And this is the level of discourse when it comes to masking children in school.
Then put on a mask until we can get vaccinated.
Science does that.
That does not exist.
Science?
Mike Lindell's not a scientist, sorry.
The place was a park in Romeo. Emily Millett has been working to organize parents to put pressure on the deciders, the Macomb County Health Department and the Macomb Intermediate School District, to stop what these parents believe is those decision makers taking cover instead of following the science and mandating masks in schools, as opposed to allowing it to be optional.
Nobody is being a leader and making that decision to help protect our children.
I'm terrified. I can't imagine sending my kids to school unmasked, knowing that they will contract COVID-19.
The parents say they believe the loudest, angriest voices of parents against masking are the voices being heard in school board meetings across the nation.
You guys have stripped my kid of a whole year of school.
And so they are organizing.
You have a method on one side that is, let's flood a board meeting with 50 adults that aren't wearing masks, the rising rate of a Delta variant, and that approach is not the approach we're going to take. We're not going to be loud and boisterous. We're going to be respectful of the time of the leaders in our community that have to make these decisions.
The group calls itself the Macomb County Parents for Safe In-Person School.
We have a petition that went to the MISD, the Macomb Intermediate School District, and the Macomb Health Department yesterday with over 700 signatures. We sent a letter to the MISD and the Health Department. I have a copy of it here. We had over 30 doctors, including an infectious disease specialist, a pediatric infectious disease specialist, all signing on as supporters.
During our interview with one parent in the park, a man drives by and starts yelling at them.
Getting called fools driving by.
And then several parents with "Unmask Our Children" signs show up.
Our rights are getting taken away from us slowly.
Somebody's got to stick up for the rest of us.
A man walks by on the sidewalk pushing a lawnmower and starts yelling.
Are you a doctor?
These parents believe that masking should be a choice and are comfortable with the risks. Experts in science show just one of the layers of protecting everyone against the COVID virus is wearing masks.
Physician assistant, and you're saying what?
There's no scientific data that's out there that says 100% that masks work.
And all of these children go to the same schools.
You have a choice to wear a mask.
But it doesn't work if everybody doesn't do it. Protect my kids. Mine are going to be protecting yours.
And therein lies why this discourse is important to show. Yeah, you know, these voices are getting louder. They are getting angrier. I did reach out to the Macomb Intermediate School District as well as the Health Department for a comment on this new grassroots effort. Did not get a comment other than from the Health Department, which referred me to the county executive's office to get a comment. And I still haven't heard back from them either. Karen?
A very twisted few weeks as we start to approach the start of school. You got to think a lot about everyone who's taking all of these things into consideration. We appreciate it, Paula. Thank you. Hall of Famer and Lions legend Barry Sanders announced today he has tested positive for the coronavirus. He posted a message on Twitter saying, despite being double vaccinated, wearing a mask, and taking all the precautions I could, I tested positive for COVID. I don't have any symptoms, but I'm staying in until I get the green light from the doc. He also says he hopes to be ready to go for the Lions' home opener against the San Francisco 49ers. A Detroit police lieutenant is charged with sexually assaulting a Detroit police officer. The Lieutenant Willie Duncan, charged with criminal sexual conduct. According to police reports, that lieutenant showed up at the 39-year-old female officer's home in February and sexually assaulted her. Duncan was given $25,000 bond, 10%. Detroit's interim police chief is speaking about this right now, and you'll hear from him on Local 4 News at 5. President Biden providing an update today on the efforts to get Americans and allies out of Afghanistan. This after the Taliban took control of the Afghan capital. Devin Scillian joins us. And Devin, the White House continues to grapple with trying to speed up these evacuations.
Yeah, Karen, President Biden says he is committed to evacuating Afghans who assisted the United States with Operation Enduring Freedom and people working for non-governmental and women's organizations. Today's remarks come as the president continues to publicly defend, though, his position on the execution of the U.S. withdrawal from Afghanistan. Evacuation flights resumed out of Kabul after an 8-hour pause. Tens of thousands remain to be airlifted. Qatar, where the U.S. was bringing thousands of people in recent days, has reached capacity. About 5,700 evacuees were moved out in the last 24 hours. More than 18,000 people now have been airlifted out of the country dating back to July. President Biden making a pledge today to get to Americans, though, who are still there.
But let me be clear. Any American who wants to come home, we will get you home. This is one of the largest, most difficult airlifts in history. And the only country in the world capable of projecting this much power on the far side of the world with this degree of precision is the United States of America.
Now, the president originally said the U.S. would be out of Afghanistan by August 31st. Today suggested the withdrawal deadline could be adjusted. The Pentagon says more than 5,000 troops were at Kabul airport to carry out the mission. A live update coming up on the latest developments here when you join us for Local 4 News at 5. Karen, back to you.
All right. Thank you, Devin. Time now for a check of our weather. Paul in for Andrew tonight with a first look at the forecast. The weekend's here.
Yes, it is. Finally Friday, and it's still sultry out there as well. So let's start with 4-zone weather. We have 87 in Detroit, 87 in Taylor, 89, though, in Canton. Look at you. In Livonia near 90. You're at 89. West Bloomfield at 90 degrees. 28 in Harrow, Ontario. That's 82 degrees, in case you don't know your Celsius scale. In our South Zone, 85 in Dundee, 84 in Carlton, 85 in Saline Deerfield. You're at 88 degrees. And in our West Zone, we have 87 in Milford, 89 at Whitmore Lake, 84 in Ann Arbor. And we have 85 up in Flint. Milford again at 87. And then mostly 80s here in our North Zone. We do have a 77 sticking out there over at Emmett. But basically, it's mostly 80s here. Sandusky over to Melvin, down to Oxford, where it's 83 degrees. A grilling forecast, just staying sultry right through the evening. I don't think we have much of a rain chance. Plenty of sun. Temps just slowly falling through the 80s by early evening. Be back with that weekend forecast in just a few, Karen.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Paul. People are already on Woodward for the Dream Cruise. Classic cars are out for others to see ahead of Saturday's cruise. The family-friendly event goes tomorrow between 10 and 9 as cars drive down Woodward from Ferndale to Pontiac. Now, this year the event is sponsored by Ford with the original 1966 Bronco as the featured heritage car. The event was canceled last year due to the pandemic. Still to come, first at 4, the new host of Jeopardy is off the job. Find out what Mike Richards made that decision and why. Plus, as children get ready to head back to the classroom, they may be feeling a little anxious. So we have some tips that can help parents out to make that transition a little smoother. But first, new information on the data breach at phone carrier T-Mobile that's affecting thousands of customers.